Agrinusha Akorja is Misha Paula Cunningham. It's a great pleasure to welcome you to the 17th Annual IST-Africa Conference. And before I hand over to our host this year, which is the South African Government through the Department of Science and Innovation, I'd like to provide a little bit of context. The work of IST-Africa started back in 2002. IST-Africa is a not-for-profit strategic partnership with ministries and national councils responsible for innovation, science and technology across Africa. Supported by the European Commission and African Union Commission, currently there are 18 African member states involved, and participation in IST-Africa is open to governmental institutions from all Africa, Caribbean, Pacific Group countries. Our objectives are simple but ambitious: foster a cross-border, multi-stakeholder and interdisciplinary approach to policy, research and innovation collaboration, strengthen capacity by sharing good practices and lessons learned, promoting strategic linkages and cooperation opportunities, and increase awareness of research and innovation related outcomes. Monitor technology-related research and innovation activities in IST-Africa partner countries with the objective of identifying and providing input on common R&D priorities and future cooperation opportunities, and promote participation in internationally funded research. Over the last 10 years, IST-Africa has helped African universities secure over 200 million in research and innovation funding. We've published comprehensive reference reports on technology-enabled initiatives, research capacity, and critically innovation spaces, and increasingly digital innovation spaces to support not just policy development, but also entrepreneurial capacity. There's been a significant increase in research publications, both from Africa and about Africa, as a result of IST-Africa Week, many of which have been published in IEEE Explore. And finally, we showcase each year African research and innovation capacity with the objective of facilitating capacity building, partnerships, and knowledge sharing. This gives you a picture of the current IST-Africa partner institutions. In terms of mapping of research capacity, this gives you a quick snapshot of the breadth and depth of research capacity across the IST-Africa partner countries. And for the sake of convenience, we've prioritized common research areas such as health, food security and agriculture, energy, e-government and public service delivery, the environment, and technology enhanced learning. And obviously, as other countries are interested in sharing this insight, we're very happy to support them in terms of raising awareness of that too. In terms of innovation spaces, building the private sector and particularly supporting startups and early stage businesses and helping existing small and medium-sized enterprises to grow is critically important. And while there is a breadth and depth of innovation spaces active now across IST-Africa partner countries, there's still a long way to go. And if there are stakeholders involved in this meeting that are interested in supporting partners to do that, we'd be very interested in collaborating with you. Finally, in terms of resources that are available to members of the IST-Africa community, we have regular reports on technology enhanced initiatives, research and innovation policies, priorities and capacities. We have regular reports on technology and innovation related to bilateral and multilateral cooperation initiatives. And again, we're very interested in having opportunities to upgrade those. And finally, there's one of the largest open access repositories and one of the largest standing open access repositories running since 2006. It's now my great pleasure to hand over to my friend and colleague, Daan Toit, who's going to introduce the presentation on behalf of the Minister.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends of the IST-Africa family, because indeed it is a family, a very unique family. My name is Daan Toit, and I'm a Deputy Director General in the South African Department of Science and Innovation, where I oversee the portfolio responsible for international cooperation. Today, it is my great privilege and honor to bring to you a welcoming message at the start of IST-Africa 2022 on behalf of South Africa's Minister for Higher Education, Science and Innovation, His Excellency, Dr. Nzimande. Unfortunately, it's not possible for Dr. Nzimande to personally bring this address to you, as this is a very intense week in science policy in South Africa. In fact, tomorrow we'll see the Honourable Minister deliver his budget speech in Parliament, and preparations for this occasion unfortunately makes it impossible for the Minister to be with us this morning. But I would invite you to visit the IST-Africa website, where a copy of the Minister's address will be made available. Nevertheless, as the host partner for IST-Africa 2022, it was of the utmost importance for the South African government to be present here in this opening session, because more than ever, we are strongly committed to support the IST-Africa partnership, and we are attached to its values, which has made it one of the very unique initiatives which now, over the past 16 years, have made significant contributions to not only build Africa's capacities for research, innovation, and entrepreneurship in information society technologies, but also made a contribution to global knowledge production as we seek to harness the immense potential of these technologies for societal advancement. And historically, and still today, there are 3 reasons why IST-Africa is a priority partnership which South Africa supports. In the first instance, because it reinforces our capacities in the digital economy through developing capabilities, through digital technologies, through training, through research, through innovation and entrepreneurship. These technologies, more than ever for us here in South Africa, remains a core focus of our social development and economic growth strategies. Indeed, our economic reconstruction and recovery plan, which was formulated by our president in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, places a high priority focus on investment in new growth sectors of the digital economy. For example, exploiting the potential of disruptive technologies such as artificial intelligence, cryptocurrencies, the Internet of Things, big data, to develop new sectors of our economy and to create new opportunities for our entrepreneurs. And of course, all of these topics will enjoy a high focus on the IST-Africa 2022 program. But it's indeed the COVID-19 pandemic itself has shown to us the importance of investment in digital technologies, as for example, the analytical tools to monitor, to track, and to understand the spread of the pandemic had all been underpinned by investment in digital technologies. And of course, the fact that we are able with ease and with comfort now for 3 years in succession to have the IST-Africa conference online just demonstrate to us also the significant impact these technologies is having on the world of work, as we have new economic, new societal models. So for South Africa, in our current science policy focus, where the priority is to implement a new decadal plan for science, technology, and innovation, our digital technology development, our digital technology skills remains a priority of the utmost importance, and therefore we remain firmly committed to IST-Africa. But of course, the impact of digital technologies spans across the scientific enterprise, across all disciplines, because it is the tools provided by digital technologies, such as, for example, high-speed research networking, such as, for example, cloud computing, the capabilities to collect and analyze vast amounts of data through, for example, supercomputing, which is critical for our effort to harness the multidisciplinary potential of science to respond to all the societal challenges we face, whether that is climate change, food security, or indeed pandemic disease. And indeed, all of these topics will feature on the IST-Africa agenda. So in order to reinforce South Africa's science base, it is important for us to encourage the participation of South African researchers and innovators in IST-Africa. But the second reason is that, and it's suggested really by the name of the conference itself, it's Africa. We are firmly committed as South Africa to supporting Pan-African integration, cooperation in science, technology, and innovation, because we need that to build our continent's base for research and development. And over the past 16 years, IST-Africa has a very unique and proud record about how it has progressed and succeeded to build Africa's base for research in information society technologies. And IST-Africa has really made perhaps that most crucial investment of it all, and that is investment in people. Many of the emerging and now established generation of African researchers, leaders in a number of key information society technology domains has progressed and actively participated in IST-Africa events over the years. And most importantly, IST-Africa has also played a crucial role to foster networks, to foster partnerships spanning our continent from north to south, from east to west. But this is a mission which remains more important than ever, as the overall process of African integration is deepening through, for example, our Africa Continental Free Trade Area, where we seek to promote innovation and entrepreneurship and new technologies. And here a platform such as IST-Africa will rightfully come to the fore. But there's a third reason, and certainly not the least important, why IST-Africa is so important for South Africa, because that is really putting science diplomacy in practice. When we speak about science diplomacy, we of course speak about how international partnerships, international cooperation is harnessed to advance science, because science needs international cooperation to progress. Science needs the sharing of experience, of expertise, of resources, data resources, reciprocal access to research infrastructures. And here, over many years, IST-Africa has enabled this collaboration, but more than enable this collaboration, it has also set the policy agenda for this collaboration, most notably also within the context of the African Union, European Union partnership, where IST-Africa certainly has a proud record, for example, supporting collaboration in key areas such as living labs, networks, or partnerships between high-speed research networks. But science diplomacy is not only how we use international cooperation to advance science, it is also how we use science to respond to the key societal challenges we face across the globe. And I referred to these earlier. COVID-19 pandemic and climate change is, of course, the most prominent examples. But there are others, not least the poverty and inequality, which continues to be a blemish on our world. And here, if as a world community, as a global community, we are going to be successful to respond to and achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, the investment in information society technologies and partnerships such as enabled by IST-Africa will be crucial. And then just to conclude the science diplomacy focus is that science also embodies solidarity. It embodies a commitment to multilateralism. It embodies attachment to the universal values of science. And I'm sure that all of us here in the IST-Africa family will agree that during these uncertain times, during difficult times for the global community, more than ever, we need science diplomacy to build a solidarity and a commitment to multilateralism. So it's for these reasons, it's strategic focus on digital technologies, the future economic opportunities it will provide for strengthening the African agenda in information society technologies, and then leveraging science diplomacy as a tool to build global partnership, that South Africa remains firmly committed to IST-Africa. And we, on behalf of the Minister, on behalf of our department, we would like to wish all presenters, all participants well for an enriching week of discussion, of deliberation and debate as we collectively seek to advance the agenda of putting information society technologies at the heart of our commitment to equitable and shared global growth. And it's for this reason that South Africa very much looks forward to host what will be the first in 4 years in-person physical event of IST-Africa in 2023 in our capital city of Tshwane. And with Minister Nzimande, we certainly look forward to see you all there. Our very best wishes for this event. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Daan. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue in a few moments with the first e-government session. We'll welcome you back in a few minutes. Gurmil Margaret.